So today we are going to discuss one important theoretical topic. It is the blood supply of stomach. Now by this time you already know that the first ventral branch of the abdominal aorta is the celiac trunk. So stomach is mostly supplied by these various branches of the celiac trunk. What are the three main branches? They are the splenic artery, the left gastric artery and the common hepatic artery. So first come to the arterial supply along the lesser curvature. This is the lesser curvature of the stomach. Between the two layers of the lesser omentum, you will find that they are supplied by, first is the left gastric artery, which is a direct branch of this celiac trunk, and then is the right gastric artery, which is a branch of hepatic artery, which is also a branch of this celiac trunk. Next is, and this along the number 2 is along the greater curvature of stomach. So this is the greater curvature of stomach, this part. This is mostly supplied by two arteries, right and the left gastroepiploic artery. So here you see the left gastroepiploic artery. It is a direct branch of splenic artery, which is again a branch of celiac trunk, and this is right gastroepiploic artery. Right gastroepiploic artery is what? It is one of the two terminal branches of gastroduodenal artery arising from this hepatic artery. These are the two terminal branches, one being superior pancreaticoduodenal and one is right gastroepiploic artery. We are concentrating on this artery. Now both these gastroepiploic arteries, they are anastomosing about 1 finger breadth below this along with this greater curvature of stomach. Also remember that these arteries, they give rise to a number of anterior and posterior branches, and these anterior branches, they are again anastomosing along the anterior surface of the stomach and also supplying the pyloric part. Similarly, the posterior branches arising from these arteries, they are also anastomosing and they are supplying the posterior surface of the stomach and along with the corresponding pyloric part. Next come to the fundus of the stomach. This is the fundus of the stomach. They are supplied by 5 to 6 number of short gastric arteries. These short gastric arteries, they are branches of splenic artery. There are also some branches of left gastric artery. And also you will find another special artery sometimes, that is called posterior gastric artery. This is also arising from the splenic artery, the branch of splenic artery. The pyloric part of the stomach is supplied by some branches of gastroduodenal artery. So this is in nutshell the arterial supply of stomach. Please remember that these arterial supply, the branches arising, they are actually forming submucosal plexus. They are piercing the muscle and they are forming the submucosal plexus. From these plexus, sometimes there are some recurrent branches which are again supplying the muscles, and sometimes these arteries from the submucosal plexus, there arise some arteries which actually supply the epithelial surface, that is the mucosa, and these are some spiral arteries. The vasoconstriction or vasospasm of these spiral arteries, they can give rise to necrosis or ulceration, particularly along the lesser curvature of stomach. Okay, and this gives rise to ulcer formation. There are also various other causes of formation of ulcer, peptic ulcer along lesser curvature. This is an important question asked in applied anatomy. There is actually formation of gastric canal of Magenstrassi, along which the food particles pass through. Okay, and number 2 is another cause is that the wave of peristalsis along this lesser curvature of stomach is very slow. So this curvature is exposed to the gastric contents for a long period of time. And also I have already told you about these spiral arteries supplying these mucosal surface coming from this submucosal plexus.